He's what? That failed the medical? Oh, we're live. Hello. Welcome to Toffee TV.
Never ever say that.
We are on YouTube live. Don't break news to me like that when we're about to go live, Steve. That's irresponsible. Broadcasting, that. Giving me a shock.
Got sources in Broad Green Hospital.
Yeah, I've got sources in Broad Green Hospital. Brown and red.
Ketchup.
Apologies for being late. We had to sort something out.
Oh, actually, if you pass me my laptop, I was forgetting comments, wasn't I? Matty hit it. Matty hit it before.
We're all focused and ready to go.
Yeah, getting the latest news.
We are. We've got to be on top of it. Got to ring the fella who drove the black Mercedes.
It's funny because Steve was just saying that before about some of the stuff Steve was showing you about getting on top of it before we went live.
Those polystyrene things coming right in handy.
That's when they come through your jeans.
Just waiting for Baz to get in the comments.
I will. In the comments, like you're trying to get in Alan's DMs right now. Ask him where he is. So ask him where he is.
I know where he is.
It's been an eventful...
Where is he?
Where's Alan?
Where is Alan?
Alan is currently...
Come on.
In the rain.
He is in the rain.
Doing doggies.
At Finch Farm.
At Finch Farm. There you go. Sorry, just waiting for Baz to get into the
I don't know why I'm having to put traffic lights on.
Patreon, is you on Patreon or YouTube?
YouTube.
Okay.
Do you want me to go on Patreon?
I'll go on Patreon.
Yes, go on Patreon.
There's 41 comments already, which
There
people are excited. I don't know why people seem very excited by the prospect of
Danny Drinkwater.
Danny Drinkwater. I'd actually like to see Danny Drinkwater drink water. Yeah. See how much he could drink in a single sitting. I think that could be a good reality TV show.
Quite a bit. Let's go. Let's go.
Afternoon, lots of people are saying howdy. That's good. I'm just looking for questions.
I'll go into YouTube comments.
Russell Smith says, evening lads, hope you're all well. Expecting my first child in the next few hours. Oh. Can you say hi to the future Evertonian bump? Hi, bump. Call it Mark. Please call it Mark.
Hi, Mark.
So the first words you can say are, oh, hi, Mark. Imagine that.
Be incredible.
Be just the greatest thing in the world. Oh, hi, Mark. And your missus is like, right, lad? I've just done that for you to do that joke. Be amazing.
Incredible.
I'd love it. Congratulations, and hopefully everything works out. Be interesting. Call it James Allen.
James, yeah, good one.
Just two names off the top of my head there. Connor says, just seen some videos and pictures of Alan walking through the back door of a hospital for his medical. Excited. It's not at all. He's getting some warts removed. That's all it is. bit of treatment cleared up. Needs something cleared up. Wasn't even in Liverpool. It's in
Stop it. Stop it. You know that people get a cob on. Stop it.
It was in Pisa.
Dave wants to know if you think you could do a 5k backwards.
No. I mean, I could, clearly, because I'm, like, clearly fit enough to do it.
It'd be so weird.
But it would just be terrible on your joints.
Yeah.
Your knees would be wrecked.
Be worried about it and something, obviously, running backwards.
No, I generally don't worry about it and things.
Okay.
Unless I'm crossing roads. Because then you have to do your safety. You can cross code.
You really. Player one says Alan at Broad Green earlier. Yes, looks like he was, doesn't it? Liam Munro wants to know, can anyone hop a mile? I think you probably could. But that would be bad for your joints. Smashing your knee every time you landed, wouldn't it? You probably could, Liam. You could probably do it, I'm sure. But it might hurt your knee. That's all I'm saying. Hayley says, Baz, do you think we'll get the core? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Dave also said, would you rather live with 24 hours of darkness or 24 hours of daylight? Daylight.
Would you?
Yeah. I don't want to live with 24 hours of darkness.
To get to sleep?
No. Go to sleep in the day, no problem. It's funny because I struggle to sleep at night at the moment.
Yeah.
go to sleep. I'm in this habit of going to sleep and then waking up and not being able to get back to sleep.
Yeah,
and I end
like
up
that.
watching YouTube videos of Alan and Decore and people like that just to try to, honestly,
Yeah.
bad.
You saying they're boring?
Which?
Them? Is that how you get back to sleep by watching
Oh,
videos?
no, I wasn't saying you were boring.
Okay.
Otherwise, I just watch our midfield from last season.
Yeah.
I tend to watch YouTube videos before I go to bed. I mean, it is generally 4:30 in the morning, but
It's light when you...
Yeah,
know what
you
I
go
mean?
to bed at like 6,
mate,
that's why.
in the summer, it's
Yeah.
always light when I'm
Yeah.
going to bed. Always. Always. There's never a day in the summer when it's not light when I'm going to
That
bed.
is slightly weird, mate.
It's not weird, is it?
It is.
I just choose to live in a different
Time
zone.
No time, is
But
there?
there's
Fair
no
enough.
time, is there? And if you're being dictated to by light, then you know.
Liam says, my kids aren't getting fed till this is done, so there's 2 kids starving here, boys. Hope you feel terrible. Peg
not-
don't feel terrible about
They're not
kids.
starving, are they? Come on. They just missed the meal. That's all it is. They've only missed the meal. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think they'll be fine.
Niall Peckham says,
They won't be fine on Saturday when we still haven't signed anyone.
James Rodriguez, your defence is terrified. There you go. The song, obviously. Eric says, get the likes up. Exactly, we had 3 at the thumbs downs early doors. The Copites, they love it. So get them likes up over
blue
100
room.
now. Or yeah, we know who it is. We know who it is. Where are we? Yeah, where are we? Chris says, welcome Alan and Rodriguez incoming. To Veros says, Alan.
Lewis says, I've heard our new sleeve sponsor is going to be Orange Clubs. Could you confirm or deny?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not doing the negotiating. Imagine if it was Orange Clubs and it was like...
I was about to say that, and you
smelt
went like
of it
that.
as well.
Smells of Orange Clubs. And every time you wiped your brow, you
Well,
got
I
the-
wouldn't wear
you got
the
a big
shit. I wouldn't have
chocolate
the
stripe
shirt on.
across your face. I'm just saying that would be a unique selling point.
Sophie, this is a good one, says, evening lads, thoughts on the Spurs documentary? I thought it was good. Kane is a leader and Dele Alli is lazy.
Kane is a leader?
Soph, hang on. Is Kane a leader?
Yeah, it's a bit...
Is he a leader?
Is he a
Not for
leader?
me,
He's a hell of a
Great
centre
striker.
forward. Is he a leader?
No.
I don't think so. I think he's good at pointing the finger at everybody else while not doing enough himself personally. Dele Alli is lazy though.
Yeah.
I am with
He
you there.
is,
He is
yeah.
100% lazy.
I think it's a good documentary, though. I think
It is good speaking.
Yeah.
It's obviously polished and all that because
Yeah.
they put the positive spin on it and all that. They avoided the sun stuff at Goodison,
Yeah.
which was
Didn't
a bit,
really go into much about the Pochettino sacking either.
no,
It was kind
no,
of
it was all like geared
all
towards
Mourinho,
Josie, wasn't it? But Shrikar says happy to see us making moves in the transfer market. Yes.
Yeah.
Kev Cooper says jelly babies or fruit pastels.
I'm going to say fruit pastels.
Yeah.
Jelly babies are good for actually for like exercise
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
are, yeah.
though. They get
They get
the
to your
energy.
first fat.
They get to your first fast. They get to the energy sources quickly.
I eat probably more jelly babies because my lad eats
Donny
jelly
van der
babies.
Beek has just been announced by Manchester of United.
There you go.
Jelly babies, probably.
There you go. Haley says, will Alan make an appearance on Saturday? I think he will, Haley.
Yeah.
I do. I think he will.
If he's
He's
signed,
been
yeah.
training.
Live in the buzz.
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah.
Where are we? Where are we?
Him and Gylfi, centre midfield,
I
Saturday.
mean, that's the dream partnership.
Richard
The
says,
one we've all been wanted.
Alan signing will hopefully solve a lot of our defensive fragility.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully. Stephen says, hi guys, hope you are well. Okay,
Where's the real comments?
they're
Come on.
just flying.
Get-
They're doing
Go,
that.
Get
yeah.
top chat.
Random uploads says, do you think we will get a goalkeeper in to challenge Pickford?
I don't know.
I don't think we will. I think they'll give Pickford the season. And obviously it's looking like someone that we're meant to be signing, Romero, according to everyone.
Wants a Villa, isn't he?
Villa for £8 million.
Good deal
Good
for
deal
him.
for that.
Dean Fennell says, well, lads, new to Patreon. Thank
Hi,
you.
Dean.
I did.
Hi, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
What are you expecting from Moise Keane this season? I think he is a good player, higher ceiling than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I was like a gauntlet thrown down.
It was.
It's your first comment on Patreon as well.
Go on, mate.
No, he's still got a long way to prove himself for me. This is a big season for Moise Keane. I think he's got a lot of fans who are unsure on him. I think if you ask the majority of Everton fans, are like that on him. I think he's going to get more game time than he did last season.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Definitely. It started well though by getting the call up for Italy.
Yeah.
And that's a good start to the year.
Good confidence.
There's Euros at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And if he knows if he's at it for the rest of the year, there's confidence in him. I think Carlo will give him confidence, and I think he'll get, it's Mancini, isn't it? We'll give him confidence. He's already said before, but he basically said if he played starters for a team that he would call them up. Well, he started, I suppose, and scored last game of the season, so he's called them up. I know it's a big squad, but he's obviously looking at the bigger picture over the course of the year. So it's up to him, isn't it? I honestly, this thing of like having to move or whatever, we've only got 3 strikers. Break into the team and stay in the team. How hard can that actually be?
You've got to put the effort
I'm sure
in.
Mancini would have spoke to Ancelotti as well.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
Carl Riley says opinions on giving James the number 10 shirt for marketing reasons.
We said this before, didn't we? It's going to be hard though, isn't it? To take, I suppose, a respected first teamer, which... Captain. Although he seems to have a lot of respect. It seems like a lot of the players have a lot of respect for him, so I don't know how well that'd go down.
Yeah, I think that's... I do think that is... There are levels, like you can... Don't get me wrong, you can take a player out the team.
The lights up. Go on.
You can take a player out the team, can't you? And it's, the player's got a chance to get himself back in the team. But I think... I don't know... Listen, don't get me wrong, I don't know how precious players are about like squad numbers and stuff. But I think when you take a number off somebody and you give it to somebody else, you are effectively saying, I'm done with you. Yeah. And that's fine in some cases. When Pickford come in, they took the one-off Robles and give it to Pickford. And I understand that. That was saying you are our number one. That's in a very defined position. Yeah. To come into Sigurdsson and go, you're not having the number 10. Basically, I think that would be basically, you'd have to be basically saying to the player, you're going.
Or on the verge of going.
He's on too much money to be someone who you just cast aside. I know a lot of us would like to see him move on because he's not going to get. I don't believe he's going to play a lot. No. I think it's a big step to take someone's number off them. James wore 16 for Real in the last season. He wore, I can't remember what he wore for Bayern, but he wore number 8 before he went to Madrid.
Oh, by Delph.
When he played it, without a shadow. Yeah. So he's wore different numbers.
I understand what he means, though.
For marketing reasons, like huge, Colombia and the number 10 shirt, it is a big, for them, for just getting that, those synced. It's, I think Richarlison started wearing number 7 as for Brazil, and it's that for a marketing thing, just for a player.
He wore 11 for Bayern Munich.
Oh, well, that's Walcott. I mean, you can't have that.
I read what Real Madrid made. I think I meant message to you, lads. Like,
they make
in one day numbers. £25 million based on the number 10.
It's one of the I've not really looked at this yet, but is it one of the things over his images? Is he keeping his own image rights, or is that part of the deal?
I think it's something to do with they've been negotiating image rights the other day. I don't know what.
So if he keeps his own image rights, that could factor into it. If he's taking a lower wage, but he's keeping his player image rights, then he'll get a big chunk. If they might. He could be in, who knows, the way these contracts work now.
123 EFC says, hello from Australia. Currently doing a graveyard shift, expecting a little Evertonian in March. Congratulations, and thanks for joining us from Australia.
He's doing a graveyard.
Dave Witcherley says, up the County Road Orange Clubbers. Says Dave from the County Road Cobblers, isn't it? Glenn Watson says, what's the most important element of a British breakfast? Assume everything is average 5 out of 10. Other than one element, that is a 10 out of 10. What would that be? Sausages, egg, bacon, tea, bread or beans?
Did he include tea then?
Yeah.
I had coffee with mine anyway.
Sausage.
The sausage would be.
I'm big on the.
I'd say.
No, I'm big on the sausage.
say-
because
And black pudding as well.
black
egg,
pudding,
I'd
king.
say.
King.
Yeah.
No, with a sausage, bacon is bacon, but sausage you can have different variants.
If you had a chili sausage, that'd make a difference. But normal
If you had a
sausage,
I mean,
not really
I mean,
bothered. Not that bothered.
do they shrink chili sausages?
Lynn Babington says orange swales are the best ever.
Any
That's
updates?
pet. He's had about
Any
400 of
updates
them.
on the Tano situation, Lynn? Got your yearly
You
subscription
sorted?
yet? Do you know
I
what?
mean, West Brom first home game of the season.
Get
innit?
yourself down.
Sign that lad from...
Kyle Wells.
No, but she could come for the She could come for the Saturday night at Tano's. Stay for the Sunday to watch the game on telly. Couldn't she? Shouldn't. Oh no, it's on Saturday.
Saturday
Come on the
early.
Friday.
It's early.
Come on the Friday night.
Stay over.
Stay
go
over.
to Townhouse. Go to
the
match.
Townhouse, and we can't go the match.
No.
No,
Can't go to
no.
match. Obviously,
But she could soak up the ambience.
Go to
of-
Townhouse and then
Because I'm sure on the Friday night there'll be plenty of soaking up as
There
well.
will be.
So
Kyle Wells says, where are we finishing this year, gentlemen? A revamped midfield gets us where? He says 5th. Hopefully much higher than this season. I guess that's all we can say, really. We finished 12th this year, which was pathetic.
7th.
7th, yeah. What we want to, yeah. 7th would be obviously a big improvement.
Obviously the dream would be...
We want to get in Europe, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But 7th can get you that, obviously, if the other clubs
Or a trophy.
win a trophy.
That'd be lovely.
Win it's about time we
yeah,
actually
win
won
a
something.
trophy.
With no one there.
Stop with the faffing about them, Lena.
Just win something. Joshua says, did you hear Mourinho tell Sky Sports to F off in the documentary? I think he was telling
The person.
whoever was saying he's finished, weren't he? Whoever it was, but yes, I heard that it was funny.
Gareth Hughes says, what's your favourite pick and mix item? Fizzy, cherry, cola bottles, all day for him. That's the big question, isn't it?
It's a tough one, that.
What's the most you've ever spent on pick and mix, by the way, for yourself? I spent £13 once.
You get,
Yeah, I was going to say, must have been...
gonna say, mate, if you go and if they had that in the airport, Smith's at the airport, you
Yeah,
go
that'd
and
be
get
about 4
7
things,
sweets.
yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, I know.
He also says, what's your go-to cinema snack? Popcorn, hot dogs, or nachos? He says popcorn with butter for him.
Popcorn for me. I actually put...
Butterkiss, rah, rah,
When I have popcorn, I tip the Maltesers inside as well.
You're a freak.
That's
You're an
cheeky,
absolute
that's
freak.
cheeky.
You're a
Can I-
dangerous.
That is cheeky.
I go to
So you don't have to go... eat
I go to
bags.
Ben and Jerry's and get a 3 scoop. Sunday.
Just saves having
With the
2
core.
bags then.
No, with the core. Not with the core.
Right.
You knew me like that.
The core,
We're
right?
going to see tenants together.
Steve Toffee says,
Masks on, of
do
course.
you think the Sergio Romero rumours are true? What's a Villa for 8 million?
Onto Villa, isn't
Don't
it?
know.
John Audsley, who's also new to Patreon. Respect.
Who's it?
John Audsley.
John Audsley.
Respect. Says, Alan is the midfielder we haven't had since 88. But then again, I was excited when we bought Mike Milligan. Hope the influence goes far and wide. 88's a bold
88.
statement. 88.
Mike Milligan. Remember when we got
Hang
Mike
on.
Milligan?
Factually, you're incorrect. Because simple fact is, best midfielder of the last 25 years is a man called Joe Parkinson. Simple facts. Simple facts.
Mike Milligan, when we got him, was like, yes, coming in from Oldham, he's going to be
Really?
the next
Coming
best
in
thing.
from Oldham.
No, Oldham were good at
Oh,
the
I
time.
know, I remember.
And he come in and he was just wasn't very good, and it was quite depressing. That guy says we need an Amazon documentary for Everton. Imagine the scenes. Liam Hughes says, do you think we'll play a 4-3-3 with Alan Decore and James in midfield, or do you think we'll play James off the left and Alan and Decore in midfield? Well, James will play off the right if we're going to play in like a 4-4-2. Otherwise, he'd probably play in a 10 if they try to change it up. But
I suppose he could play in that way. Did he start? Haven't he tried to play, didn't he? The 4-2-2-2 one way. He had the 2 behind the strikers, maybe.
in and out. He's played most of his games, I think, off the right-hand side.
Yeah.
But he can play as an 8 as well. He can play in a 10. He can play, if Everton play 3 up front, you could have Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin and James
Yeah.
in that as a real 3 as
I think if he's playing off the right, I think that really factors in then to try and get a
Right
fullback
back.
who really goes up and down, someone who is the width, who is the pace, who will get up. And I'm not saying that's going to happen this window because it probably won't, but that's the kind of thing I think we need then. Andrew Murray says, gents, if we sign Allen and Hammers, and assuming Hammers is a right-side midfielder, and he's obviously not the speed demon type, do you think we move for another striker?
I'd love us to go and get Edward at Celtic or try to get him. But no, I don't think they'll go for another striker. Because they've got 3 at the moment, haven't they? So, and Gordon can play off the striker. Walcott can...
Yeah.
They've got covered, I think, Ellis Sims maybe. Jack Ross says Decore is 1 step away, according to Fabrizio Romano.
Done well out of this, hasn't he, Fabrizio?
He's really gone up a notch, hasn't he, recently?
Right,
Like I always knew he was there. And I'd always, you always seen, but recently he's become the absolute go-to man. Fair play to you.
Blue Boy Chief says 570. Well, there's actually 788 watching now, Blue Boy, and only 120 likes. Don't know. Don't know, Blue Boy. Don't know why people aren't just pressing the like button while they're here. It takes a sec. Liam Munro says, here's one for you boys. Decore or Andre Gomez?
Decore is what we need.
So what to go to pitches with?
Just choose one of them in your midfield.
Decore is definitely what we need.
Oh, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say Andre Gomez for now.
I'm going to
just because
Decore.
He gives out good hugs.
He is. Okay, Joshua Early says Allen and Rodriguez after going to 12 days self-isolation. They don't, as far as I'm aware. Neither of those are on the watch list where they've been. Portugal is
not on the watch list.
The decision's tomorrow for Portugal.
And Italy is not.
There's a corridor.
It's never been because they got it first and they got hit first and they got it boxed.
Tom Bruce says, where do you reckon James is going to play off the left? No, he's going to play off the right, I'd imagine. I think.
Central.
Don Malone says, unpopular opinion, keep Walcott, Sigurdsson and Balassi key qualities off the bench. Maybe. Listen, it'll depend on who comes in for them. If no one comes in for them, well, I don't think Walcott's going to go anywhere anyway. I think Sigurdsson we need an offer for Sigurdsson, so I don't know. Balassi, if no one comes in for him, then without a shadow, without you have him in the squad, it's up to him then, isn't it, to go up that level?
Walcott's in his last year, isn't he? So
Walcott's got a year left.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I said it all the time. I think Walcott is a really good professional. Listen, he is what he is at his age. I think he can offer something. I think he'll always fight for his place. I don't think he's going to sulk. And I think
he wouldn't be the worst player to bring off the bench.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he's a professional. Don't get me wrong, and he's got a year left. And I think he's one of them ones where you don't look at it and go, "You're, we're wasting money on you because of his attitude or because he lets us down." He has a few injury problems, but it hasn't. It is what it is, isn't it?
Joe, lads, it's Joe. Just like to say I'm happy with Hammers, but personally still think we need Yarmolenko, who do the best off the right-hand side. Thoughts, Baz? Joe, Yarmolenko, leave him where he is with Moise. Leave him there.
Joe, can I just say that there's a bag of Skittles here. They've been here for ages. They've reduced to 19 pence, right? The date on them is the 23rd of the 8th of the 20th.
Bin them?
No, wait. They are yogurty coated fruit Skittles.
Ooh.
Who's brought them?
Hang on, let me finish my point.
Okay, sorry.
I value the opinion of these Skittles over you.
Joe Trainer says the core tomorrow is going to be here we go because Fabrizio's just tweeted that Everton nearly have the deal. But can I just say, we've nearly had the deal agreed since Sunday night. That's all I'm saying, it's Wednesday. Niall Peckham says, do we need a centre-back?
No.
No? Okay. Paul Roberts says, in anticipation of the announcements, what's your favourite welcome to an Everton video? And was one done for Sam Allardyce? One was done for Sam Allardyce, wasn't it?
The Rooney one was good.
Rooney was very good when he signed the camera. That was quite a good one.
And we've
wasn't the Sandro one like a big sort of thing going around Spain and then coming back and then I wanted to see what they should have done. They should have had the camera team following Contract Dave as he was running across Barcelona.
That would have
been amazing. Fella in a suit. The weather in August, and he's running across. Obviously, bit ginger as well, complexion.
Had to run up the street for half a mile to get something signed, and he had about a minute and a half to do it.
Trying to get them through medicals that were clearly very dodgy because both of them came injured.
Baz's favourite was Cuco Martinez, wasn't it?
Incredible. Lee Winstanley says, with the guys in the Blue Room live on YouTube at the same time, it's like Monday Night Wars.
It's not like Monday Night
Wars, is it? Blue Room is sound.
Yeah.
People will watch what they want.
Just that more will watch it.
Andrew Bowen says, hi guys, hearing the Corey deal is done. Do you know anything?
I love that. I'm hearing.
Source code.
Matt sauces.
Ozzy says, Sigurdsson to DC United. What's your thoughts? I don't know.
I think he'd do well there.
I think it'd be good for him, but I think
he'd do very well.
They'd have to pay us some money, surely.
There's talk of that.
Would he though? I mean, because I think
we couldn't let him walk out for nothing.
There's talk of 10 million I've read before. 10 million for him.
They paid that though, because at the end of the day, I mean, what did they get Rooney for?
Nothing.
But we got him for buttons, didn't we? Really? But I think if they give us like say 6-7 million, but it wouldn't be till, by the way, probably the end of the season, last year of his deal.
Yeah.
I think that could work. 7.5 to 45 amortization. They've struggled so far, and if they're looking at more as a footballer rather than a PR commercial thing, like what Rooney sort of was, I think
he'd do. Yeah,
I think he'd do all right over there.
Yeah, I think that's a good level for him.
Richard Grant says, does Tom Davies need to leave to progress? Needs to go on loan, I think.
Potentially, yeah, he might.
At least.
I think it's down to Tom now, really, isn't it? I mean, he's got one of the best managers in the world working with him. It's down to him to try and prove he's good enough for Everton.
Yeah.
Dave says, Baz called us the County Road Cobblers on
Bobblers County
Live
Road.
TV. He said, we've gone from wearing bobble hats to repairing shoes.
Dave, apologies. County Road Bobblers, the podcast, check it out. Sorry, Dave, reading these.
Oh, that's amazing.
The parents' shoes, the boss, that, the little tax. Sorry, Dave. Dave from the County Road Bobblers, check out their podcast.
Check out this.
Joe Ed says, where does our midfield rank among the rest of the Premier League with our new signings? I'm not doing this. A, because they're not all in, and B, because even though it looks good on paper, we want to see what it's like on grass, don't we?
Let's see where we are next.
They look promising signings, Joe, that's all I'm going to say. Hennessy 95 says, hi lads, we were linked to Donnarumma when Carlo came in. If Chelsea offer Oblak, could you see us going in for Donnarumma?
No.
Sadly.
Deal.
Get the likes up, please. 1,000 of you watching.
Telefoot are saying Watford have accepted a £22 million bid for the Corey.
Yeah.
The Corey's agreed a 4-year contract. And they're saying he will have a medical tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only what?
John Lennon Airport, doing well out of this.
Where are we? Elliot.
Ubers are flying.
Yeah.
There's a surcharge because of our players.
Elliot says, do you feel this is Iwobi, Pickford and Davis's last chance this season?
Yeah. Probably have to agree.
That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, I think definitely for Pickford. I think Iwobi...
I'm really hoping that Pickford is dropped by England. Because
there's talk of him, he is.
I honestly don't feel like he will get the message till it happens.
There's talk that he's been...
Like, I honestly think Pickford would be like Dele Alli on if we did a documentary. He'd just be a stare when the manager's telling him what he has to do.
Maybe, yeah. I think Davis, yeah.
Because I think what is brilliant about that documentary is that, I know there's only been 3 episodes, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but when Mourinho's talking to him, I don't feel like anything is sinking into him. Where he's like going, I like you, you're a good player.
His body language,
but you can't.
Arms crossed.
To me, it's like, he's like going, ha, ha, like he's like, no, I'm as good, I'm fine, mate. Yeah, I'm fine.
That's what it is.
I'm fine, I don't need to do anymore.
Yeah.
And you get loads of footballers like that who get to that level and go, I'm fine, I play for England, I scored a few goals in a few games. And then Mourinho's sitting across from him going, you could be anything you wanted to, if you want to be that. It's funny you talking about Bale before, that's why Bale left Spurs. He wanted to go to Real Madrid and start proving that he was the best. And for a couple of years he did it. You know, it's...
Like I said to Basby, it was interesting the comment he made where he said, I was 21 yesterday, I'm now 56 today. He said, he goes like that.
Every day.
He's so true, and it proves
like
that
it's scary.
He's proved that in his career the last 2 years, hasn't he? He's gone from
Michael says,
Alex Ferguson.
hi lads, I take it without the Keane signing, with or without the Keane signing, we are playing a low block going forward and not a pressing team. That based on I would.
Depends who you play. It depends.
I don't know. If you've got a midfield that can run, makes a big difference. A Gastje Garg says your thoughts on Donny van de Beek to Man United.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to be paying for. I don't know if he's going to be a starter for them, but there's talk of him playing in a 6. I've never really seen him play defensive midfield for Ajax, so if you can afford to spend 40 million on a squad player, good on them.
He's a talented footballer,
Yeah,
no question about it. He's a good player.
I don't know loads about him, but Man United are really bulking up that midfield.
Stocked with midfield players.
There's talk of Fred leaving though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a Galatasaray maybe on loan.
He's a different player though, isn't he? Fred's a destroyer. Van Beek's play is like gets in the box.
Bringing in a lot of young players, considering he went down the route of bringing in a lot of older players under Van Hal and Mourinho. So.
Yeah, fair play. Michael Locke says, think we'll bring any more players in similar to Niels and Kunku to fill the rest of the squad up?
I don't think now we will, because I think they're the kind of players you bring in early, especially youth players. I mean, obviously we got in for Buttons.
They should be the ones we're looking at as well, though, shouldn't they?
Of course,
as we move
that's
forward.
what you got to look at. You got to look at your Brandthwaites and your Nkunkus, and you look at your Hammers and you know, Allens.
Be interesting to see after November, whether you see a few more of them, because that's when the ban finishes.
The ban finishes.
So you might see
for
more.
like a younger 17s.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you might see more then.
Juan Glow says, hello guys, I'm from Colombia. Greetings, mate. Do you guys know James Rodriguez has a stutter? He does not do many interviews, and it'll be even more difficult to do them in English. I didn't know that. But listen.
Does he have a stutter in front of goal? Because that's all I'm interested in.
Yeah. If he doesn't do many interviews, that's fine, isn't it? That's fine, but no, I didn't know anyway, but...
He did one with Rio Ferdinand a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Quite a good interview.
Good interview, yeah. Maybe he'll do them sparingly, maybe. David Ellis says, with the new signings, could Gomez be sold, the most saleable asset?
No.
Is he though? Is he the most saleable asset?
I don't know. I don't think they'd sell him at the moment. I think they'd be trying to see what he's like with people around him with legs, really. Yeah. But again, though, there's probably not many in that Everton side for me who, if a bid come in, they wouldn't accept.
If the fee was right, they'd probably sell Richarlison. If the fee was right, they would.
Hugh Thomas says, Fabrizio says Alan has passed the medical. I just had a look, I couldn't see it, but if you've seen it, fair enough. Be very quick, that though. Todd Grubb says, should we send Davis to Watford on loan? It's part of the Decore deal.
I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world. I genuinely don't.
You said that yesterday, didn't you?
I think I'd like, if we could get him over to Germany, that'd be better. Somewhere like that, a club in the at a higher. I think the only issue I have is that by sending somewhere like Watford and then playing in the Championship, how would that affect his confidence and the mental side of the game? Maybe if you send him to, so you went somewhere like Schalke, let's say, obviously where John Joe went, you're saying, well, you're still playing at the highest level, and you're playing at the highest, you're playing at the country that won the Champions League, so it is a high level.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe by going to Watford, and even though I don't know,
I think they're more likely to take Mo Bezic or someone like that, personally. Someone who they can keep at the end of it as well.
Schalke need a midfielder,
especially with
McKennie.
Dave says, would you rather have a giraffe-sized neck or giraffe-sized legs?
Legs. Because at the end of the day,
your neck's gonna be
your legs,
annoying,
you could have it, you know, you could sit down, couldn't you? And you could still be
go
but with the head.
Yeah.
Imagine going on the pitches, right? You're sitting there, you got normal body, and your head's up there. Do you know what I mean? And you're ruining for people. You'd have to always go in those posh seats at the back.
But at the pitches, you'd have to sit in the front row, the legs just stretch your legs out.
That's fine,
you can get round it,
that's fine, though. You'd always have a crick in your neck as well.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to...
Ducking a lot as well.
Imagine being in bed.
Chris Jarvis says, what are your thoughts on links with Rafinha? I think it's just paper talk. Fabio Sepulveda says, where is James going to play? Off the right, I guess, in one of the forward positions. Like a boss says, Dom is not good enough to be a top striker.
But he scored exactly the same goals as Richarlison. So is
Who
Richarlison
apparently
good
is
enough?
world class.
Yeah, so
Don't know.
make up
Don't
your
know.
mind.
Haley, James, I think will play off the right. Tim, 21 says, given Tom Davis is only 22, what are your thoughts on his Everton future? I know you want a loan move for him, but do you think he can ever improve to be a solid first-team player? I don't know is the answer to that now. I think I want him to get a loan so that he can play regularly. Does he have to get better to be an Everton starter? Yes, he does. That's my view
you
on
said
it.
before, he needs to play 40 odd games in the season and then assess it then.
And see where we are, yeah. Last of the Corinthians says, do you think Ancelotti's looking at James to fill the right wing or plays at 10?
Right.
Or is the 4-4-2 going to be abandoned? I think it's about flexibility. I think he'll look to have him off the right. But then, like you said, that then increases the need to have a right back that can go up and down, similar to what Luca Dean does on the other side, I guess. But I don't know, the flexibility's there. He can play right up as one of the front three, can play in a 10 behind the front two, in a 4-3-1-2. Gives you options, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Bruce says, all right, lads, I'm obviously pleased with the business being done. So far, we can't complain. But I can't help think of other key areas with no strong links, such as right back and right midfield. Right midfield will be James, Tom. Sam, we are all fine. Hope you are, mate. Warren Bridgewater says Sangari rumoured to be available for 8 to 10 million euros. That's a steal. Should we consider adding him on top of the 3 we have? I'd buy him because you could flip him. Even if
the
he's
Euro
not
lottery on Friday, just against the buy him.
8 million quid.
Yeah.
I would buy him because in 12 months, you know, you could have him in and then loan him out for a year, and then
like Chelsea have done.
Exactly, he's
We
double
said
the
this
money.
about Watford before, didn't we?
Yeah,
if we got him
someone
in
like
3
that,
million,
he'd just get the money. But don't know. James says Tom Davis has a potential right back option for next season.
I don't think he can get up the pitch. I don't think he's what we need. I think we need a flyer. I think we need an absolute flyer who can get up and down the pitch to be the width.
This is interesting. Celtic Vape says, would Doherty have been a good buy? Younger version of Seamus. He's 27, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he is younger than Seamus, to be fair.
He's
more of a wing back, though.
Yeah,
that
he
whole
is,
deal was...
It's weird. Oh, Mendes is his agent.
Mendes is his agent.
He's
Mendes is
Mourinho's.
Mourinho's agent. Mendes is the Wolves manager's agent, and he handles the transfer business at Wolves. You can't tell me something shady going on there.
Yeah.
Proper slim.
It'd be interesting to see in a 4, if he plays in a 4 as well.
I think he'll play 3-5-2. Dave says, Baz, would you eat a multi-pack of orange clubs every week for infinite likes?
Yes,
He'd have got you there.
No, I don't think I would. Infinite likes, though. I don't think I would.
Likes.
I don't, Dave, leave it with me.
Put yourself before the channel, eh? Very selfish. Very selfish.
I can't, when people mention it, I start feeling
I think
sick.
what you should have never done is
Never mentioned it.
people
I know, I don't know why I said it.
Like.
I should
I was
never
actually going to
ever
bring
said
them in
it.
today's for a long.
Harrison says, if we do bring in Decore along with Allen and Hammer, surely we sell a midfielder. Do you think it's the end of Tom or Gylfi?
Potentially, yeah.
Both.
Seems to be, doesn't it?
It's about getting a good offer, though, isn't it? If we get a good offer for both of those players, then...
Like you said before...
I'm fully expecting Newcastle to bounce in with 12 million for Tom Davis.
What about Sigurdsson?
Sigurdsson's not buying Tom Davis.
He'd do all right for Newcastle for Bruce, taking free
You
kicks.
know what he'd do, though? He'd turn up against us and score with
Of course
his
he
first
would.
Yeah,
free
definitely.
kick.
Of course he
Free
would.
kick.
True Verus says, love to see Decore in blue. There you go, you might get your wish. Last of the Corinthians, 1878, says, what's your thoughts on Romero if the rumours are true? Well, the rumours are he's going to Villa for 8 million. So
Yeah.
That's a steal, that, isn't it? That's
could
an
you do?
absolute steal, that.
Got 2 good goalkeepers now. Tom Eaton
Got eaten.
and
Yeah,
Sergio
yeah.
Romero.
That'd be
Glenn
interesting.
Watson,
That's interesting, isn't it?
Steve, only question. You win the Euro Millions. It's a triple rollover and you're the only winner. You have enough money to never have to work again. What do you spend doing? What do you spend the majority of your time doing?
What with the money?
Just what do you like? You've got all the money, you never have to work again. You've got money coming out your ears.
Become a vigilante. Just go around at night,
Travel the
solving
world.
problems.
Travel the world, yeah.
You know, lads.
Would you go and buy Sangari? very quickly.
Just for you, mate, yeah.
Just for me.
Just for you.
Sound.
You'd,
Fair play.
and then
Fair play.
put a buyback in it.
Lynn Babington says the bags are packed, lads. She's ready. Lynn is ready. I'm waiting. Real Tall says, would bagels, polos and donuts be improved without the hole? Do you feel short-changed by them?
Wouldn't bagels, if they had holes in them, just be buns?
They'd just be buns, yeah.
Wouldn't that just be the way it is? You know what I mean?
You haven't told
Aldi are selling brioche bagels, and I got some last week, and they are delightful. Delightful. You always know Aldi will solve the problems of the world, you know what I mean? If you left all the world's problems in Aldi's hands, they'd find a solution
The Aldi
for
crisps are nice.
Aldi, everything's nice. Everything from Aldi is nice. Even the beer, the Jag beer they have, Minetti and stuff, is beautiful.
Yeah, it's alright.
Patrick Farrell wants to know what's the best crisp. He thinks it's Tato, but it might just be an artist.
We've got Tato's in ours. Tato's crisps are fantastic.
Are they the best?
I wouldn't say they were the best, but they are very, very good. And you know, get them in like B&M
I like
and
discos,
stuff.
mate.
I still love a good disco in school.
Salt and vinegar discos.
Buzz. Get the likes up, 1,000 of you watching.
I used to like it.
300 likes.
What about the ones where you used to add your own salt? What's the point of that?
Oh yeah, the
little
thing.
blue bag.
Yeah, you'd shake it,
bag,
put it in after
so
shake, like a
weird,
white. Yeah, it was weird.
Bit of a novelty. Monster Munch. Can't beat Monster Munch.
Pickled onion Monster Munch, you're all right.
Sensation.
Beef I like.
Beef.
See that's a Tory crisp.
Oh, stop. No.
Your nan gets
What
them.
about this? Rob Pugh says, imagine with Alan Hammers and Decore, do you think we'll be chasing other profile signings or loans maybe?
Loans.
I don't think we've got money.
Potentially a loan at right back, maybe, depending on John Joe.
It'll have to be close, won't it?
Be late business now, do you think, with the rest of it probably
Yeah.
late on.
We'll have to get people out. That's the reality. That will be the reality. Joe Robinson thinks Rodriguez will end up being a masterstroke or a disaster. Nowhere in between, it seems.
I mean, that's bold, isn't it?
Hopefully a masterstroke.
Player 1 says, what's everyone's problem at Everton's new ground? The heritage are a complete joke.
It's not. I don't think everyone. I think there's just the people whose job it is to be angry are angry. That's the the minute they stop being angry at people building stuff, that's the minute they stop.
I'm pretty sure the governments who are losing millions and millions of pounds will want that ground to be going up.
Well, seen examples in the last 2 days. They're building big flats down by Brunswick.
Yeah.
And people have complained, saying it will block their view of the river, and the council just gone, we're not asked. It's money. Then we've seen today that the zip wire is getting lashed. And even though it's getting lashed because I think they've come under a little bit of criticism from historic England, that was passed.
Yeah.
So it shows that it's all very malleable. There's plenty of room, and I think what's going to happen. There was one the other week. I think it was down south. The local council blocked it, and the government went, no, it's happening.
Yeah, they want as much. Yeah. They need
So
money.
even though it is like a little bit nervy, the club have done what they're supposed to do. They've changed the plans. The plans look well better, by the way. Because when you think about it, was a big car park, and it did feel like a bit obtrusive, even though it was like part of the ground. It was now it feels open, and I think that's what they were complaining about, was that they wanted a link between the stadium and the waterfront, and that looks great. Now the only real thing now they are asked about is the filling in of the actual dock itself. But what is that dock doing? And is the other little caveat to that? The pier head was a dock. It was filled in. And because it was filled in, we now have the Three Graces, which are the main focus of UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Yeah. So without filling in a dock, we wouldn't have the UNESCO site. So you can't have it both ways.
No.
Just because you want small ships coming in from Landud, no. For Jeff. And it's tobacco warehouses, then it's nonsense. It's nonsense. And I would. What's mad is next to the stadium is a sewage plant.
Yeah.
Brian Restrepo says, un salado desde Colombia y que vivan los Toffees. I think he says hello from Colombia, the Toffees. Tuveru says, bless you. Ronaldo Vicini says, bless you. Bless you too, Ronaldo. Holly Fletcher says, absolutely buzzing. We've been missing a tenacious midfielder since Ghana left. We finally have one.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Where are you?
Simon D'Souza said, Ped just nearly made me crash with that sneeze.
It was about half an hour.
Daniel D says, who would you like us to sell?
Hang on. What are you doing driving
Yeah.
and watching us?
Won't they be listening, surely?
Yeah, but we're like, you know, like, we're like those tins of sweets. Once, you know, you open them up and you say you're only going to have a couple.
You can't.
And you can't stop. And that's what we're like. Can't just listen, you have to watch.
John Shea says, double announcement tonight. No, I don't think so, mate. Nope. Can't see it. Guillermo Perez Zapata says, Colombia James. Exactly. Lynn says, Everton will put 5 past West Brom as we still not decided how to spend that 20 million. Having just bought the lad from West Ham for 12 million today.
He was on loan, wasn't he?
I just bought
Yeah, but he's bought him, haven't he?
Oh, hang on.
Ronaldo Vicini says, I'm new to the club. What was last year's main problem? And if this
Paul
year
Joyce
could
has
be
just
thinking,
tweeted.
Yeah, and Hunter.
What?
And King.
Agreement between Watford and Everton for Abdoulaye Doucouré, fee expected to be around £20 million.
Not we didn't know.
It's a triple rollover!
It's nothing we didn't know.
No, I know, but you know.
Ronaldo, the midfield was the main issue last season. It was terrible. And we need to add some more goals, and hopefully James will create more goals and Doucouré will get some from
It's a good
midfield.
mix of the three, isn't it? Alan, Doucouré, James.
Yeah. So hopefully the new signings will help, definitely. Curtis says Watford's ITK saying the deal is finalised. Yeah, it's we know that, it's just about a medical. To be honest, it's been done for a couple of days.
It's not, to be fair though, like, it's not the best time to be having medicals though either, is it? You know, I know you've got to have them, but then they're not going to be, they're going to have high levels of cleanliness, let's say. Very much like the townhouse.
Fico Boy 99 says greetings from Colombia.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's hello in Spanish?
Maybe hola.
Hola.
Hola is
Hola.
Spanish, whether it's...
Hola.
Hola.
Joe Briggs says, thoughts on Romero? Would he be the first choice?
He's going to Villa, so it doesn't make a difference.
Fair enough. That guy says, can we all just take a moment to respect Fabrizio Romano, top tier journalist? Fair play.
What can let me throw a question in here, right? Throw a question in.
Throw it in.
So we get the 3 signings. What is the feeling on? And I know probably wouldn't be much different anyway, but how does the feeling on Marcel Brands' job then, if these 3 signings are done? After what we've been hearing prior to these 3 signings, a lot of negativity towards Marcel Brands. Does he suddenly become the greatest guy in the world, or will someone else take the credit for it? Will people just say it's solely on the manager, or will people start saying Marcel Brands is doing a good job?
I think it's a mixture of both of them by the sound, because last season, Brands went for Doucouré, didn't he? Last season,
quoted 50 million.
50 million. So he's obviously he knows the player. He's gone for him last season. With Allen and Rodriguez, yes, they have the Ancelotti links, but I'm sure everyone would have had to have come to the agreement that it was the right decision for the club. So
what you'd say is he's got the prices down, hasn't he?
I was going to say, last week they were talking 30 million for Doucouré, now it's 20 million. So fair play to Everton for not just giving Watford what they want. Everton have dug their heels in for once and got the right deal for the club. So same with Allen, by the sounds of it.
I think they've got to go right the way through it, haven't they? And just try to work along the lines and that.
Back in March, you were saying 60 million for Allen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We haven't paid 60 million for him, no chance.
No. Nelson Pelaz says, Colombian fan here, what's the scouting system like for the Toffees? Does Everton never go directly from the spout of South American talent? We have got scouts in South America. The issue you've got in this country is work permit stuff.
Did your accent go slightly, you know...
Don't know. But it's difficult to get a work permit, we can't just take them straight from South America.
But can I just say
that's
as well,
a problem.
It's not the same scout that Martinez does, is
No, it's not. No.
Leandro Rodriguez
they were
is
all
actually
chased.
working in the Uruguayan Sayers.
They were all chased. Patrick Farrell says, rumour is Amazon are doing a documentary on Liverpool this season.
I can't see. Klopp said he'd never do
He
that.
said he wouldn't do it, didn't
Ever.
he?
He said he'd leave Liverpool before he did it.
He also said he also said he wouldn't spend money and then spend 500 million.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
Because you can't do it, can you?
No.
You can't do it without money. Don Malone says, has everyone forgotten Sigurdsson had 13 goals and 6 assists last season? Well, 2 seasons ago, yeah. Also scored some Puskas goals. Bad season now. Think it's a mistake to sell for under 20 million. Got to get the money in for him. He might be going anywhere.
Is that the Piv?
Who's your agent? 20 million quid? There's not a chance on earth that we would get 20 million for Gylfi Sigurdsson.
If we did, Brands would deserve a statue.
I'll tell you what, a statue. Deserve more than that. Take him to townhouse.
Lynn Babington says, my daughter-in-law is a psychiatrist and says Pickford has typical symptoms of ADHD.
I honestly thought that conversation was going somewhere.
No, it wasn't. Don Malone says Gordon and Branthwaite starters in years to come.
Yeah.
Where are you? N17 says opinion on Luis Suarez to Juventus.
Interesting bit of business that, because yes, I think he's still got plenty to offer, but talk about loading up on players who are you know, over 30. I think the Piv would, imagine Piv, he was a Juventus fan, he'd be having kittens, wouldn't he? But the fact that they've got Ronaldo, they've got, obviously if they bring him in, they're going to have Suarez, but then you add that to players like Rabiot and
Chiellini,
but Tingo as well.
Ramsey,
players they can't get rid of.
I know.
You know, and you, there you are talking about a squad. You know, imagine, I know, listen, they're striving for glory, but they really are putting all the bets, aren't they, on these players. And if they don't come in, how do you get rid of, someone no selling value, how do you get rid of those players? How do you get rid of the players that they can't get rid of, like Adam Ramsey, on huge wages? And where's the young players? You know, if they get rid of Moise Keane to someone like us that's talking wanting them back, that is throwing money, and if it doesn't stick,
got 15 midfielders, centre midfielders. Got Weston McKennie as well now.
Kevin Williams says, all right, Baz Ped, stay out the three amigos are just as good. Will you say I'm Batman? Christopher, Kevin, your dad is Batman. He is Batman. So there you go. You need to just deal with it. Between telling his family and friends, his dad's Batman. Fair play. David Ellis says, will everyone get new contracts around Tom Davis? Does he get a hint? Whatever.
Why not?
Davis signed a new deal, didn't he? About a year ago. 5-year deal. Andres Martinez says, hi, I'm from Colombia and you will enjoy having James there. He is very private with his personal life.
Good.
Usually plays great towards the middle, behind the 9, moving side to side. Yeah.
That's interesting, that though, that we've had a couple of comments saying about being private and stuff. Like, to be honest, we don't, like, I don't know if I don't know if it's different in Colombia, and I know obviously Real Madrid is completely different, but we don't, like, need our footballers to be on telly or coming out and having interviews left, right and centre. We don't need that. We sort of want that from our manager, and we want that from people at the football club. But I don't think we care, do we really, if our footballers aren't on TV? We just want them to play well and score goals or just do well. I couldn't, if
do you talking on the pitch?
Our favourite ever player, certainly mine, didn't speak for 15 years to anybody.
Yeah,
so, you know...
I love him.
Yeah, but he hated that because he had to. I don't care if he's private. Let him be private. Yeah. As long as he's happy, and as long as he's happy playing for Everton, nothing else matters as far as I'm concerned. He can never do one interview. That'll be his one that when he walks in the door. And if he never does another interview for Everton, then I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Holly Fletcher says, looks like Alan is quite similar to Garner, but is more effective playing the ball forward. Yeah, that's what we need, isn't it? That kind of player. Stephen Holt says, we need a new goalie to push Pickford. Martin Edwards says knick-knacks are the best crisp.
They are, you know what? They are good crisp.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Respect the knick-knack.
John F says, isn't Liverpool 1 actually built on the first dock?
Yeah, there's a dock underneath it. There's actually a hole. You'll have seen this, won't you? So there's a hole by John Lewis.
Yeah.
And there's a hole with glass. And basically what happened was, and I remember this is dead boring, I apologise. But when they were building Liverpool 1, they would also, that Time team on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Were doing a documentary, and as they were doing it, they found the dock, and they actually held up the building of it, because they had to preserve it. So now if you walk and you go by John Lewis on the steps, you'll see a glass hole, and if you look down, that's the original dock, because the dock used to go all the way up. It's why Water Street is called Water Street, because that's reclaimed land.
Interesting.
There you go.
There you go. Bill Hupp says, is it weird that I'm an American Villa fan that tunes in on the regular, mostly because I enjoy your banter and accents, although my old man supports the Toffees.
Good to have you.
Good lad.
You know, don't mind Villa, but, you know.
I like Villa Park.
Raul Ortiz says, James Colombiano.
Don't cry for me.
Where are we here? Patrick Farrell says, what's the last book you read? The last book I read was Quiet Leadership.
Well, no, I didn't actually read that. I listened to it. The last book I read was Batman New 52, Scott Snyder.
I'm the same as you. I don't really read
Year
books.
one.
I listen to.
Court of Owls as well. People know. If you know, you know.
Glenn Watson says, best sauce for a bacon sandwich, brown sauce or red sauce?
Brown. I can't. How can you put red sauce on breakfast?
I actually don't mind it without the sauce.
That's because you're from the Whittle.
It's brown. Celtic Vape says FFP, lads.
Might put that on a t-shirt.
What about
FFP, lads.
Yeah, could be. Phil Broders says all we need now is a new keeper, a right back and a striker.
Sounded like me.
One step at a time.
Say every year we don't need 7 players, and every year everyone wants 7 players, don't they?
No.
Okay, where are we?
Right back. Be nice.
A right back, yeah.
Anyone on Patreon, the footy show, it came on, but we couldn't do it live because we had to do something. And it'll be up in a little bit. So don't worry, it is recorded and we'll put it on soon. And it'll be on YouTube for everyone else later on. There you go.
David says, is that 70 million invested in our midfield now?
Around that, yeah.
Yeah, but it won't all be in one. Obviously, it's not going to be. There was talk to the core, and this is only a rumour. Was 8 million up front, with the rest of it paid, I would imagine, over the contract length. Napoli will probably be the same for Alan. I imagine that's how they do business, and I imagine they've probably done something creative with James Rodriguez as well.
Yeah.
So, Everton are not going to have to pay it all up in one go. What that means is that with at least 4 of our squad out of contract next season, if we don't shift them, Sandro Besic, Balassi and who's the other one? Walcott. Yeah. They're all 4 of them. So that's 4 wages definitely going next summer.
Yeah.
I mean, they might go this summer, but that's definitely 4 next summer. Don't forget, we've already lost quite a few this summer already.
Yeah, made all 20 million nearly, I think, of just this summer.
The balance will be very, very tight, I imagine. And that's probably what's going to prevent any more signings, possibly. So,
Andy McGregor, Piv says, didn't I have a cut of quiet leadership? Ian Porter says...
Aren't you in a little corner sobbing after what's going on?
How much better will our defence look if all 3 midfield go through, deals go through? Should look better, shouldn't it?
Alan Myers, look at he's seen this, he's tweeting.
Big Nozzer says, aye lads, nice to see a manager buying experience and quality rather than potential. Okay. Aaron says, oh, we know Court of Owls, also Boss T-shirt, Ped.
Thank you.
Cliff Eldrick says, can we get some mad respect for Marcel Brands and his ability to talk fees down from club?
Yeah.
Joe Briggs says, does Steve ever smile? You always smile, aren't you?
Yeah.
Smile, Steve.
Very.
Don Malone says, Matty Cash, right back. He's going to Villa, 14 million, isn't he?
Doing a bit of business, Villa.
But we'll see. We'll see how
second year bounce though, isn't it? Now they've got that security of having another year.
Yeah, true.
They're going to have that. Although they did spend quite a lot last year, but
100 million or so.
Probably spending the Grealish money they're going to get next summer.
Probably.
Rich Walker says, not many people been in for Max Aarons at Norwich. What are your thoughts on him? I quite like him. I think he's a good player.
funny enough, on the Kieran Dow got given the number 10 shirt, Norwich.
Did he?
Which is good, great for his career, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very
great
good
for his career. That might signal that he's going to be one of their main players. So, although he'll probably...
EFC 1878 Mark says happy. Piv says I want the Blues to do well.
I'm only messing hand.
Where are we? Rich Talbot says Balacio Bernard, lads.
To do what?
Probably which
Step
one would you
over.
rather
Which
have?
one stays? See, what? Bernard's really weird, right? Because in his first season, he was sound, I thought, coming towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Him and Dean had a really good partnership to the point where fans will actually start thinking, this is like Pienaar and Baines. And then we bring a Wobie in. And we know the club do have worries about his size and especially away from home. I think if an offer came in for both of those players, they'd both be moved on personally.
Before coming back, I was all for Bernard staying, but after lockdown, he was just dreadful when even when he was coming on in a few games, and he just looked up.
Hopefully, it'll be shorted. Dospic says you should get Cameron on. Cam is going to come on soon, mate. Lee Dolman says Arsenal keeper can be bought for 10 million quid. Seen that before, yeah. Steve Gibney says, come on, you Blues. Steve from Ireland. Real Source says, have you seen Tommy Wiseau from The Room's audition tape for the Joker?
No, I need to see that.
I don't know whether I want to.
Oh, hi, Real Toss.
He's watching The Boys Series 2 on Friday.
Yes,
Sure you are,
can't wait. Brilliant show.
The
The Boys, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
123 EFC says, are the three signings a worry? 27, 29 and 29.
Don't start getting into all this worrying about. Just
Are they going to make us better? Yes.
That's it, isn't it? Lee Dolman says Space Raiders grab bag is incredible.
Space Raiders are
tremendous
nice.
again, tremendous.
Yeah, they are good.
Ahmed makes a great point.
Go on.
Oh no, has he just deleted it because it's just gone missing and gone?
Skips.
Ahmed, I don't know if you deleted it because you were worried of what would happen, but he said Steve looks like a smart Tony Bellew.
Steve's livid.
The ramifications of that tweet.
Steve is livid.
He's gone pure Tory lately.
Dave Sullivan says Sky report
Lately?
25 million for the core. Well, I think it's more like 20.
Add-ons.
Add-ons. could go
Add-ons.
to
And Sky,
25.
as we know, love to include the add-ons
Oh, I love an add-on.
to make deals seem bigger than they are.
Oh, they love it.
They
Absolutely love it. Curtis Roberts says you don't win anything with kids. Everybody
don't make friends with
says
salad, either. Come on, please, come on. You not get that?
I'm reading, monitoring comments, don't make me think.
Tremendous Simpsons reference.
I'm wondering
Disappointed for
why we're not over 400 likes. That's what I'm really worrying about.
Are you really worried about that?
Worrying about
Keeping
it.
you up at night?
Everton's midfield.
Something does, I'm going to say.
Everton's midfield was, but
Something
now
does.
I can just chill.
You staying up at night's the best scouting tool we've got
It
on this
is.
channel.
It is, to be fair.
I'm gonna send loads of cheese to passes.
Stay up. Hayes there says, have you played Fall Guys? Yes. Cliff Eldrick says, Joyce confirmed it's 20 million. King Crab says, Steve looks and sounds like a Scouse Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, you say that. I mean, Scouts might be a little bit
Scouse
pushing
is
it.
a stretch. Carl Morris says, does the new midfield help Moyes Keane unleash his ability? Unleash?
Unleash is a word.
Who
I think
knows?
it's going to help all the forwards, isn't it? It's going to help all the forwards.
Should do.
Definitely.
Should do. What can you say? There you go. That it, we done?
What are we on?
6:30, yeah.
Yeah, we're on about an
Another
hour,
day,
aren't we?
Kevin Morales says, do you remember John Paul Kissick? Do you remember John Paul Kissick? He was supposed to be
He was
someone
till he started going on
he had a lot of
days out with Andy van der Meijden. True story.
allegedly.
No, true story. He used to go on.
Okay. Liveovitz says Bernard is very skillful, but he ain't got the toughness for the Premier League. Kieran says, anyone think Dom cares more for his looks than football?
No, I don't think he does.
Jamie B.
People love to find excuses not to like Dom, don't they?
He just don't. People don't like him. And that's
It's
the way
weird.
it
No,
is.
but it's weird though, isn't it? Like, you don't need to find excuses. If you don't like a footballer, that's fine. There's all footballers that we mightn't like or not see what other people do. But I don't understand why people have to find reasons not to like it. It's like with Tom Davis. You can go, I don't think he's a good player. But then when you start going, you should stop doing skateboarding and wearing robes out in the street and all, that stuff doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When you look at Dom and all the work he does on his body, it can only be a benefit to him, can't it? Yeah, and it can only be what the club are telling him to do. You know, we had a situation with Lukaku when he went to Inter Milan. He was like, they knew he was too heavy and they found something medically wrong with him, didn't
they did, yeah.
But it was a point of they knew. You can't just become big, or it's got to benefit your game. And if it's not, someone at the club will tell you. So I think, come on.
Each of their own, innit?
He obviously probably got told to bulk up and he's doing it.
Yeah. As is
Mason
but as is Gordon as well, who's seeing a private fitness guy to make himself bigger. Because the Premier League, you need to.
So Marcus Rashford was like that when he first started. Like that now.
Bayern, look at the Bayern players.
Yeah.
All of this, the players when people putting pictures up the other day of like before and that, just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Lee says if Carlo rates the individual players, that's good enough for true fans. He said that, no one's saying you have to like them. If you don't rate a player, that's fine. That's up to you. Everyone's got their own. Everyone looks at football differently. That's fine. Just don't abuse them. That's all. But it doesn't mean you should go, oh, yeah, you're right, he is brilliant. If you genuinely look at a footballer and don't think he's that good, that's fine.
That's fine.
Just don't abuse them.
I just don't think you need to find reasons for it, though.
No.
We done yet?
Yeah, we're done.
There we go.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Been a pleasure.
We'll be back tomorrow on Patreon. It could be a busy day. Who knows? But if you're on Patreon, you'll be live with us from 5, and we can have a good chat about whatever's going on.
What time's it in Colombia tomorrow?
In Colombia, be live at 11.
Yeah. Who knows?
Live at 11 in Colombia. Live. There you go. We're out. We'll see you later. Bye.
Ciao.